Good morning, everybody. It's Norma here, welcoming to your Friday morning slow flow class. Hope you've had a great week and you're waking up to this beautiful sunshine that we're enjoying this morning. I know we're going to have a hot day today, so we're getting this practice in before the heat starts, so that's great. So as always, this is at all levels class, so please practice at your own level. You will need your mat for this or a comfortable surface to practice on. Always good to have water available for you, and yeah, let's just spend this 30 minutes taking some time out for yourself. Good for you for carving out this time. For those of you who are joining live, or for those who may join later, good for you. So we're going to start laying on our backs today, and starting in corpse pose, Shavasana. So we're going to start in Shavasana and end in Shavasana. So if you've joined already, you can get yourself comfortable on your mat, and we'll be getting started in just a few minutes. Good morning, Lisa. So, morning, Linda. So if you're just turning in, we're going to start in Shavasana today. So make your way onto your mats in a comfortable position on your back, and start to arrive. We're going to begin just in a moment. So I'm going to sit for a few minutes just to get us started. But we are going to start in Shavasana. So get yourself into a comfortable position. Just a moment to start. So it's 7:30 now on my clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you for joining today, and as I said, we're going to start on your back. So I'm going to actually join you there now. So starting here in a comfortable position, laying on your mat, taking up as much room as you want to on your mat today. Just taking these few minutes to arrive. So adjust your body however you feel you want to get there, so that you feel supported by your mat. We're going to take the first few breaths just to settle in and arrive. Hands can be by your side, or you can take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Sometimes I like this variation as it allows you to really feel that rhythm of your breath as the breath comes in and inflates your belly, and then on the exhale you can feel it deflate as it exhales. So as we arrive, can you invite a breath that comes in through your nose and exhales out through your nose? Just let that slight constriction to the back of your throat. Ujjayi breath. But know at any time if there's anything that's come up and you want to release it, just exhale, sigh, let it all go. Let's do that together. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Let it all go. So we're going to spend 3 or 4 more breaths here, just allowing our bodies to switch from whatever we were doing before we found our mat and prepare for our practice. So allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Let the tongue fall away from your mouth, the top of your mouth. You can relax the biting surfaces of your teeth. Maybe smiling, thanking yourself for carving out this moment. 30 minutes just for you. just before we start moving, can you take this last breath or two to just scan your body? How are you feeling on this Friday morning? Is there an area that's feeling a little sticky? Just awareness, no judgment. Maybe sending some extra breath or love into that spot. Maybe see if you can soften even more. Know that you are held and safe here, and you can feel all the feels that you want to feel for the next 30 minutes on your mat. And if you want to stay here for the whole 30 minutes in Shavasana, good for you. Just do what your heart is calling for you this Friday morning. And know that at any time, if there's a pose that I'm doing that doesn't feel right in your body, or you want to do something else, your practice, use whatever feels good in your body today. Don't force anything. So let's begin to slowly wake up our bodies as our 30 minutes does go really quickly. So maybe rolling out your ankles and your wrists. Letting the light come into your eyes. Maybe you can see that sunlight coming in wherever you're practicing. Can you stretch your arms overhead like you're waking up from a long nap? And then take your knees to chest, either holding underneath your knees, or maybe if you can hold on to above your knees, just making sure you're not holding on to the knee itself to create any pain there. So taking your knees to your chest and just slowly giving a little massage to your spine, just rocking gently from side to side. Beauty of these slow flows in the morning is that we don't have to rush anything here. So just offering that little massage. And maybe you want to add some movement here, just rotating your knees, feeling that different massage that offers to your back. And if you're rolling, we go 3 one way and then 3 the other. Beautiful, guys. Taking your knees back into your chest. And can you slowly start rolling along your spine? And then cross your ankles. And if you can stand right up, good for you, go for that. If not, we're gonna meet on our hands and knees in tabletop position. So in our tabletop, alignment is always the best way to start our practice. So stacking shoulders over elbows, over wrists, flaring our fingers out wide like there's suction cups holding onto our mat. Fingers are feeling forward, facing forward. Toes can be tucked or toes can be flat on the mat. We just travel through a few cat-cows to further warm up our spine. Dropping our belly, lifting our gaze, cow. Exhaling, belly button to spine, curling up through cat. Letting your neck drop here. 2 more at your own breath, linking breath with movement. Inhale. Elongating your spine, lengthening your tail to the back of the mat. Inhaling, curling up, and then maybe offering any other movement at the top that might release some tightness in your neck or your shoulders. 1 more, wherever you are. When that's complete, we're going to just take our hands just a little forward on our mat, tucking your toes if they're not tucked already. Tripping over my words this morning, sorry. Generous bend to your knees as you lift your hips up and back to our first downward facing dog. This is always where I want to have a clearing breath. So if you feel that too, inhale through your nose and exhaling, sigh through your mouth. Can you bend generously into your right knee as we slowly encourage our left ankle, our left heel towards the mat. Not locking out your joints as we're just warming up. Switching, bending generously into your left knee now. Offering your right heel forward, reaching for the mat. And let's switch again. Bend generously into your right knee. Offering your left heel to the mat. One more time. Left knee bends. Right heel comes to the mat. Coming back to center. High on your tippy toes. Exhaling, softening into your downward facing dog. Bring your heart through the window of your arms, biceps line up with your ears. And know that it's okay that if your heels are still up, that's okay. We just encourage this through our breath. And know that if you have tight hamstrings, your heels may never touch the ground, and that is okay. Your body, your practice. Bending your knees, traveling to the top of your mat, either walking, stepping, or jumping. That is in your practice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flat back. Inhale, rise and shine all the way up. Coming into our mountain pose, our Tadasana, as our hands come to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Bringing all that back as we come hands in prayer to our heart. One more time. Inhale. This time, sit back in your chair. Hands can be at heart center here. We're not going to stay here too long as we warm up, but looking forward to see that you can still see the toes of your feet and your knees want to be lined up. We want to make sure that our hips are facing forward. Beautiful, guys. Exhaling, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to our first vinyasa. So what is in your practice? High or low plank. Honor your body, lowering all the way down to the mat. Letting toes untuck, taking your hands out to the side of your mat so they're off with tented fingers. Can we gently breathe up to our first cobra? Exhaling, sighing, let it go. Do this again. Inhale. Exhale. Warming up our shoulders, our back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let it all go. Beautiful, guys. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes, traveling up through table, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up behind you, bend your knees, stack your hip, and offer whatever movement here feels good to you. Maybe being still feels good, but if you want any movement, you can rotate your knee or your ankle. 3 one way and 3 the other way if you're offering movement here. Breathing your leg up, back behind you, looking forward, stepping your or helping your right foot to the top of your mat. Taking your left foot up, just a few inches up your mat. Foot is on a 45. We're going to come up into Warrior One. Just doing a version of Surya Namaskar B here today. Sun Salutation B. Beautiful, guys. Hips are forward. Hands can be to the ceiling with your gaze following. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of your leg. Through your sides. Exhaling, planting hands to the mat. Step left, right foot to meet left. And we're going to rinse it out with a vinyasa. So higher low plank. You know the dance steps. Cobra, or up dog. Maybe we'll leave up dog if that's in your practice till the next flow. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. Take your left leg up behind you. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Again, offering whatever feels good in your hip here, just to open up. So I'm doing some circles with my knees. You might want to rotate out your ankle. If you're offering the circles, you complete 3 one way, do 3 the other way. Try not to sink into your right shoulder or your right hand. When that's complete, stepping your left foot all the way behind you into your 3-legged dog, looking forward, stepping or helping your left foot to the top of your mat. Once again, taking that right foot now up a few inches on your mat. Foot is on a 45 as we come up into Warrior One, second side. So Warrior One's a closed hip posture. Sometimes this may affect your balance, Warrior One. So if you're feeling like you need to step your right foot out a little bit further and widen your stance, that is available to you. Beautiful, guys. Taking your hands to the mat, step left foot to meet right, and your version of Vinyasa. I'm honoring my body today, going down to my knees in plank. If upward dog's in your practice, you can go there. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here in your downward facing dog to reset. Letting anything go that may have come up through that movement. Beautiful, guys. Bending our knees, looking to the top of the mat and traveling there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit into your chair. Beautiful, guys. Letting that all go, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, taking your feet shoulder width apart, taking opposite elbows in a ragdoll here. Just letting your neck release any other tension that may be holding. You can nod your head yes, or shake your head no. Let's invite some movement here. We did this last week if you were on the call. So bend generously into your knees so that your belly is held there. Gives a little decompression, a little detox to our practice. And can you just make circles, moving nothing in your hips or your legs, but just having this big circles with your arms, giving some movement in that joint. Maybe feel like you're having a big soup pot that you're stirring. So 3 one way, and then change to the opposite side, slower than you want to. Have you lost your breath here? I think I was holding my breath, so I'm giving that cue to make sure we aren't holding our breath. Beautiful, guys. Letting that go. Hands come to the mat. Inhale, flat back, lengthen your spine. So we want one long length of your spine from your head to your tail. Beautiful. Taking that all the way up to stand. Hands come to heart center. Everybody doing okay? Alrighty. Breathing up again. Inhale. This time taking your hands, clasping your fingers, leaving your index fingers together like you're pointing up. Maybe with a sword or your Charlie's Angels hands, I've said before. So we're lengthening out of our waist with the inhale, and we're going to exhale, taking over to our right. So again, we don't want to twist into this. We want to lengthen our spine as we gently lean over to the right, feeling that nice stretch in the left side of our body. If you want to challenge your balance here, maybe taking left foot up, even if it's just for a second. Always nice to challenge things, maybe adding to your practice. If that takes your breath away though, please take your left foot down, feeling that nice stretch into the left side. Your gaze can be under your left arm. Beautiful, guys. Breathing up to center. And let's just take that off. Beautiful. Second side, breathing up. Once again, clasping our hands with our index fingers pointing up. Feeling nice strength in our legs as we inhale to lengthen, and exhale, gently lean over to the left this time. So always when we switch sides, knowing that one side can be completely different than the other, and that's okay. Remember, no judgment here, just awareness. And if you're feeling comfortable, maybe challenging your balance here. Even if you just lift your toe up, good for you. Taking right foot down if it's up, coming back to center, and let's exhale, swan dive, letting it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to our last vinyasa, and we're gonna meet in child's pose. And if this vinyasa is not in your practice, we'll meet you right away in child's pose. Beautiful, guys. So wherever you are, settling into your child's pose, so your version, either knees together. I like my knees open because I have tight hamstrings. Reaching forward, letting your heart melt to the mat. Hips are reaching to the back of the mat. Taking 5 breaths wherever you are. I'm just going to come up and see how everybody's doing. Hi guys, hi Dee Dee, hi Adam, hi Matt. So where are you feeling this breath? Are you allowing yourself to surrender here in this pose? Sometimes child's pose and shavasana are the hardest poses because we have to relax and surrender in these poses. And sometimes that's the hardest thing for our bodies and our minds to do. So can you allow your body to soften here, bringing your attention to your breath, feeling that expansiveness into the back of your body, the back of your heart, your kidneys, sending breath and nutrients there. Beautiful, guys. When you're ready, we're going to come back up into our tabletop position, and we're going to take our right foot and step it through. Permission to have a drink of water or anything before we get on to this next session. So just a little bit more stretching into our front and back legs here. So we're in a kneeling position, and if you have any issues with your knees, remember that you can always pat up your yoga mat so that you have double and to protect your knee. So our right foot is stepping forward, and if you want to inch your left foot knee back a little bit, that just gives you a little bit bigger stretch into the front of that left leg. So hips are forward. You can take your hand to your knee or leave them on your hip, whatever feels good. And can you breathe into that right knee, feeling that nice stretch in the back of your left leg. One more breath. Beautiful, guys. Coming back to center, taking our right heel forward, feeling like you're stepping on the gas with that right foot. Hands come back down to the mat on this one. So what we want to do is lengthen our right foot forward, toes back like we're stepping on the gas pedal. Inhale to lengthen. Our right knee remains soft, don't lock it out. Exhale, melt your heart to your knee. Soft bend at the elbows here. Not rounding out your spine, pouring your heart forward. Again, can you feel like you'll have that long length, one line from your neck all the way down to your tail? Beautiful, guys. One more breath wherever you are. Dragging our right heel back, coming back into a kneeling position, and just wagging your tail from side to side, letting that all go. Second side. This time, stepping your left foot forward. And what serves your body here? Do you want some added protection for that right knee now? So you can double up your yoga mat if that's feeling good for you. So if you want to inch your right knee back a little bit to get deeper in the stretch, only if it serves you. Taking hands to waist or hands to left leg. Can you breathe into this? Feeling that nice stretch in the front of your right leg. Getting that space into your left hip. Beautiful, guys. Gently coming out of this, hands come down to the mat as we encourage our left heel forward this time, like we're standing on the gas pedal with our left foot. So half splits. Again, you can inch your right knee back if you want to get deeper into the stretch. So wherever you are, inhaling before you exhale, pouring your heart forward, feeling that stretch now in the back of the left leg. Is your spine nice and long? Are your shoulders soft away from your ears? Are you still breathing here? Beautiful, guys. One more breath. Before dragging that left heel back, once again, left knee meets right. And do a little wiggle waggle of your tail before we travel to our mat and settle into a few minutes of rest. So coming all the way down to your mat. And just before we get to Shavasana, give your body whatever it may crave in the last few breaths of this class. So it may be windshield wipers, or maybe you want to come into a round recline bound ankle cobbler's pose, going back to hands to heart and belly where we started. Or maybe you want to add a twist here. What does your body want in this last 2 or 3 breaths before we settle into our Shavasana? So if you're offering a twist here, please go on to the second side. And when you're ready, coming back to where we started, lengthening our toes, long on our mats, letting our toes fall open. Hands can be at your side in a starfish, or maybe you want to tuck your shoulders under a little bit to open your heart up. Or cactus is always an option, just to open your shoulders up. Take this last few breaths of class in a silent meditation, knowing that the sound of my voice will bring you back when the time is right. Have a hard stop, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana. For those of us who need to get going, slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Offering small movements to your ankles, your wrists. Opening and closing your eyes, letting the light come back in. And maybe massaging out your head, rotating your neck from side to side. Your head from side to side. Encouraging one long more stretch as we wake up. And then coming over to one side or the other, but it's ever calling you, pushing yourself up to a seat at the top of the mat. Hands are at heart center in prayer. Lowering your gaze or closing your eyes. Just taking this moment to check things out again one more time. How am I feeling after this practice? How's my body? How's my mind? How's my heart? Trust each step. Stay present for each step of your journey. Trust each stage. Many things are possible for you if you accept that the fastest way is one step at a time. So just letting those words sink in. We talked about a slow practice in the morning. I know sometimes we get busy, we want to rush from point A to point B. But maybe just allow that to sink in and feel whatever resonates with you. Is there any way in this journey can I not rush? I know a lot of us are wanting to rush and have this pandemic over and get on with our lives. So maybe if we trust that there are lessons to be learned along the way and everything will happen in its time. And trust each step. It's been my honor to lead you in your practice this morning. Know that the love and the light in my heart bows to the love and the light in your heart. Namaste. Have beautiful days, guys. Thank you for joining. I hope you've enjoyed your practice. So it's Friday, yay. Have a great day and a beautiful weekend, and stay healthy and well, and know that we're one step closer through this pandemic, and we certainly will get there together. Have great days. Bye.